One of the things in mystical theology that we talk about is this examination of conscience. And, there are a lot of different ways that you can do this. Some people do it with examining their conscience according to the Ten Commandments. It's recommended you do it at least once a day. Some people will start out doing it more than that just to get going. Creating an examen at the end of the day that works for you. You can do the 10 Commandments. You can examine according to virtues and vices. You want to be very honest with yourself about, I could have been kinder to this person here, so I'm going to work on that. You want to be very detailed. You don't want to give yourself a pass. And it's hard to do because, and I completely concur, we all suffer from all of the deadly sins. And there are times when we do better, and there are times when we fall right back in, right into the pit. And then we have to go back to what Mother Angelica used to say: the difference between the saints and us is that the saints just kept getting back up every time they fell. We have to do that. So when we realize I just lost my temper again, we get back up and say, okay, I did. Okay, do the processes you need to do. You confess to God. You confess in whatever way works for you in your particular faith practice. And you go through that examination and you do it again. You do it again, because this is how we break the habit of the various things that we do. Objectifying, which is definitely a big part of manifest existence. We objectify money, we objectify people. And what we have to now then do in the purification path, we have to see everyone and everything in a completely different light, which is we have to look at all the people that we come in contact with as souls. We have to see from the standpoint of, how am I impacting them to either forward their journey, their evolutionary journey, or to actually harm it? We have to look at financial means differently. We have to look at wealth differently, because we start seeing now that all things, all wealth comes and belongs to ultimately God. So we become stewards of something greater now, where it's not just, well, it's my money, I can do whatever I want with it. It becomes, I am a steward now of something greater. And while I am stewarding this wealth, and there's the parable of the stewards in the New Testament that people might refer back to, which is, while I'm stewarding it, I must use it for the most benefit. We all have to pay our bills and get by, but we also have to use not just our wealth, but our wealth of personal gifts. These are the things we give of the gifts that God has given us. We give things that will encourage, nourish, and redeem others. And this is how we go back to the ancient sacred texts, because that's what the prophets, saints, mystics, sages, and ascetics were doing. By leaving those works behind for us, they were putting all their energy and effort. Many times it was very difficult because they had to do it on papyrus and other things and try to find ways to preserve, but they were preserving for posterity words that would be redemptive, words that would literally, just as the mystical visions I've had, the out-of-body experiences where I see those books, the ancient sacred texts, forming the staircase to heaven, because every one of them provides another means, another link, another energetic truth that takes us one step closer to reaching towards God.